Hello everyone, welcome to Urban Pro live webinars. We are here with yet another interesting and informative webinar for you. This is Sinchana from Urban Pro team, your host for today. Before we proceed further, we would like to inform all the attendees and YouTube viewers that Urban Pro is India's largest and most trusted learning network with over 7.5 lakh tutors and trainers. Through Urban Pro, you can easily find highly skilled and trusted personal tutors and trainers for your learning requirements. Okay, so coming back to today's session, we are presenting an interactive live webinar to help you understand the phenomenon of light, reflection, and refraction. But before we kick start the presentation by our speaker, I would like to address our attendees and YouTube viewers that in case you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the Q&A box on your Zoom control panel. Moving on, for those YouTube viewers, you can drop your questions on the chat box. And don't worry about your questions. We will bring them after the presentation as we will have time for questions at the end. So without further ado, let's welcome our speaker, Mr. Sai Venkatraman. Mr. S.V. Raman is a well-trained and passionate physics tutor with 10 plus years of experience. He conducts classes for class 10, 11, and 12. Having great subject knowledge and experience, Mr. S.V. Raman is popular among his students for his unique teaching skills and honest approach. A warm welcome to Urban Pro's live webinar, Mr. S.V. Raman.
Thank you,
We
ma'am.
are thrilled to have you.
Yes. Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
All right. So welcome to all the children. Very good morning to all of you. Myself, Venkatraman. I have that orally 10 years of experience in teaching and 6 years of experience in online teaching. And more than 10,000 plus students are mentored for the board exams and their academics. Now, in this class, we are studying a very good chapter that is light reflection and refraction. Before going to that, we need to understand the basic concept why we are studying. What is the importance over here? Now, before going to this chapter, we need to understand what is light. Generally, what is light? What do you mean by light? So there is a simple logic question. Light we can't define in a perfect way. Sudden question, light. Somehow we can able to explain what we can able to see, that is call it as a light. Yes, we can study furtherly what is light reflection, laws of reflection, properties of a plane mirror, concept of a spherical mirrors, and parts of a spherical mirrors in this session very clearly. Before going to analyzation of these subtopics, we need to understand what is light. From early morning to up to the sleep, without light we can't sustain. Yes, children? So light is mandatory for the humankind, not only humankind, all the animals. Of course, some of may not, but most of the humans we need light. Light is one of the major source for us. Now, what is light? With help of light, what we are doing? Absolutely, we are seeing objects. For that, light is required. So, if we want to study the textbook, there is a light is required. In dark room, we can't study. So, what is light in a simple definition? What we are seeing, that's called it as a light. So can we say optical sensation? Optic means eye. Generally, we are seeing optics in a shopping malls. Lenses and optic, eye. Visualization, optical sensation, call it as light. Now, how we can able to see the objects? How we can able to see the objects? There are some birds are flying over here. Now, from the light source, the light rays are incidenting on an object, then again which is reflecting back. Yes. So this is cause of reflection. Light source, from the light source, light rays are incidenting on an object. From the object, again light rays are reflecting back. So this is one phenomena where we are seeing object. Now, reflection is the most important. Next, between the object and a man, we placed a very big screen, glass sheet we placed. Still we can able to see the object because light rays are incidenting on an object. From the object, light rays are reflecting and which is transmitting from air medium to glass medium, again glass medium to air medium, finally which is reaching to the person. So once the medium changes, light rays are transmitting still. That's called it as a refraction. That is the reason in class 10th, we are studying light reflection and refraction. Hope it's clear. Next, what makes things to visible? How we can see the object. During the day, the sunlight helps us to see the object. An object reflects light that falls on it. This reflected light, when we received by eyes, enables to us to see the things. We are able to see through a transparent medium as light transmitted through it. So here the two phenomena we need to clearly understand. One is reflection, other one is a reflection. So what is reflection? Generally, when we are walking to the streets, there are the glass buildings. In a shiny day, from the glass buildings, we are observing a lot of reflection. Yes, we need to define what is reflection. Then the same footpath, which is giving a refraction. The same footpath, we are not getting that much intensity of light. Okay. Now what's happening? Well, clearly we can study. Now, in a smooth surface, the total light rays which is incidenting, which reflects back. The total light rays which reflects back, that we can call it as absolute reflection. If the total light rays reflects back, we can call it as absolute reflection. Now, in a curved surface, what happened? In a footpath, we are not observing that much intensity because once you can see that how the light rays are reflecting. Yes, after incident on a curved surface, the light rays are going into n number of different directions. That's the reason this we can call it as discrete reflection. We already studied in class 8th standard, absolute reflection and discrete reflection. In discrete reflection, what's happening? Light rays are incidenting after incident, which is going to n number of directions. That's the reason the intensity from a footpath we are not observing much. In a smooth surface, total light rays we are getting reflection. That's called it as absolute reflection. Clear? Next. Yes. Now, what are all the parts of reflection over here? Once if light ray incidenting on a plane surface or a smooth surface, this ray we can call it as incident ray. And this arrow mark over here, which is indicating us from where the light source is coming. From where the light source is coming, this arrow mark is indicating. And the light rays are incidenting on a plane surface. This point we can call it as incident point. From the incident point, again light ray is reflecting back. This arrow mark is indicating where is the point of incidence, from where that reflected ray is coming. Yes, incident ray, a reflected ray. Then we placed a normal over here. We can clearly understand why we placed normal over here. Yes. Now, incident ray to the normal, this angle we can call it as angle of incidence. Normal to reflected ray, we can call it as angle of reflection. Now, why we consider normal? For example, there is a plane surface. This is incident ray. Incident ray, this point is incident point. From the incident point, again reflected ray. It's an example. Now from the plane surface to incident ray, we can call it as incident angle. From the reflected ray to the plane surface, we can call it as a reflected angle. This is fine. Why we should consider as a normal? This is one of a great question. Why we have to consider as a normal? Incident angle is equal to reflected angle we are studying. Why it should be is equal to? Incident angle is not equal to reflected angle. In this case, what happens? Why we are considering normal only? In this case, how angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection? Clearly we can study. Now there is a plane surface, polished surface. Incident ray is incidenting at the point of incidence over here. Then from the point of incidence, a reflected ray is reflecting back again to the air medium. Yes, incident ray coming to the air medium, a reflected ray going to the air medium. Now this point is point of incidence, we know that. If in a rough surface, say an example, if it in a rough surface at the point of incidence, what happens? Now incident ray is incidenting at this tip over here. Then still it further it comes. Chances are there. Now the number of light rays reflecting and number of directions. So which ray should I consider as a reflected ray? Very difficulty. That is the reason we are making a normal. Normal makes the plane surface exactly two equal parts. Clear? Normal is the main importance over here. Normal is dividing the plane surface exactly two parts, 90 each. Okay. Now the total angle is 90. Initially we considered this is angle I. Now what about this angle? 90 minus I. Clear? Now again from normal to the plane surface, this is 90 degrees. Reflected ray from the plane surface, angle R we considered initially. Now what about remaining angle? 90 minus R. Now we should accept that angle 90 minus I is equal to angle 90 minus R. Now while taking the normal, make it 90 as a negligible. So angle I is equal to angle R. That is the reason. Now incident ray, a reflected ray, normal, all are in same plane. We taken in the air medium only. Incident ray coming from air medium, reflected ray going to air medium, normal also air medium only. Yes. Now we can study for the laws of reflection. Yes. In this laws of reflection, incident ray, a reflected ray, normal, all are in same plane. What do you mean by same plane? Same medium. Now incident angle is equal to a reflected angle. Clear? Next. Reflection of a light from a plane mirror. What is plane mirror? This is the plane mirror. I guess you are observing reflections. There is a light which is incidenting on a plane mirror, and from the plane mirror which is reflecting back, bouncing back. So you are getting reflection. Now, what is the properties of this plane mirror? We can clearly understand what is plane mirror. Later on we can understand. Now, for example, this is the plane mirror. Hope everyone seeing this video. In this plane mirror, this is an object. Object I placed in front of a plane mirror. Now you can see the image inside of the mirror. Now, where I am placing the object from the mirror, that distance is object distance. Clear? This is the plane mirror. From the plane mirror, where we are placing the object, that distance is object distance. Now, image also you are seeing inside of the mirror. So from the mirror to where the image is forming inside of the mirror, that distance is image distance. These two make it clear. The first one is object distance. Second one is image distance. As an example here, letter P. From the mirror to the letter P, that distance is object distance. Okay. Now this is object distance. Now this is the plane mirror, and inside image is formed. Where the image is formed from the plane mirror, that distance is image distance. Yes. In the reflection of a plane mirror, the first property, object distance is equal to image distance. Is equal to image distance. Second point. For example, in front of the plane mirror, 5 centimeters of a object is placed. Image height also 5 centimeters only. So what we should understand? Object height is equal to image height. Object height is equal to image height. Clear, children? Image height. Third one. If you raise the right hand in front of the mirror, for the mirror that is left hand. Yes, if you raise the right hand, for the mirror that is left hand. So this property we can call it as lateral displacement. Lateral displacement. Or we can call it as laterally inverted. Laterally inverted. Yes. Now, fourth one. We are seeing the image inside of the mirror. Whenever we are pointing the image inside of the mirror, that is virtual image. Virtual image. If we are able to point out, that is virtual image. For example, the object image we are applying on the screen, then that is real image. If you point out, if you stand in the front of the mirror, our face will be focused inside of the mirror. So somebody has to point out with a finger, yes, there is a person inside of the mirror. So that is virtual image and erect image. Erect image and virtual image, little clarity we can understand further. Yes. So these are all the 4 properties for 2 marks. Next. Yes, there is a question for you. I need to understand what you got it. A smooth shining surface which rebounces the light back in same or in different directions is called. There is a poll. Please up the poll. Make your fingers fast. Yes. Option A, mirror. Option B, a lens. Option C, a reflection of light. Option D, point of incidence. Which one? Hope you chose. The right answer is, check your answer, it's a mirror. Next question. A beam of light striking the reflecting surface is called. Option A, reflected ray. Option B, incident ray. Option C, refracted ray. Option D, normal ray. Yes, the last hotspots poll, a mirror 79 people understood, a lens 21%, point of incidence. Now the second poll, make it clear. A beam of light strike the reflecting surface is called. Option A, reflecting ray. Option B, incident ray. Option C, refracted ray. And option D, normal. Choose the right answer. Make your fast fingers. There is a poll.
Just 47% of the attendees have voted, so we'll wait for rest of them to vote.
Yes, we can. A beam of light strikes the reflecting surface is called. Option A, reflecting ray. Option B, incident ray. Option C, refracted ray. Option D, normal. Make your fingers fast. A beam of light striking the reflecting surface. Beam of light striking the reflecting surface is called.
Okay, 65% of them have voted, so we'll end the poll here.
Yes. The right answer is incident ray. Very good. Next, in case of reflection of light, the angle of incidence I and the angle of reflection R is related as. Option A, I is equal to R. Option B, I is less than R. Option C, I is greater than R. Option D, no definite relation. Can you choose the answer quickly? Repeating, in case of reflection of light, The angle of incidence I and the angle of reflection R are related as option A, I is equal to R. Option B, I is less than R. Option C, I is greater than R. Option D, no definite relation. Choose the right answer as per the basic concept.
60% have voted, and we'll wait for another 10 seconds.
Yes. Very good, man. Very good, children. Very good. Keep it up. Choose the right answer. 4 options are here.
All right, we'll close.
Once we can give that loss of reflection, we can able to remember. Wow, 92% choose the right answer. Very good. The right answer is angle I is equal to angle R. Yes. Now, spherical mirrors. We know the plane mirror, but what is spherical mirror? There is a doubt. Whenever we are driving car or going by scooty, then there is a mirrors. Are the plane mirrors we are fixing? There are the different kinds of curves are there. Take a spoon. Spoon inside, once you can see your face will be ulta, downwards. Turn the spoon and see your face again. Face will be like top. Yes. This ulta image, we can call it as inverted image. This is inverted image. And this image is erect image. Inverted image, erect image. Remember, if our head is top, image also head is top, that is erect image. If our head is top, image will be down, that is inverted image. All right. Yes. Now, why it's happening? We will see clearly what are spherical mirrors and how to prepare the spherical mirrors. These spherical mirrors we can get from spherical glass. You know marbles, very big marbles, round shaped marbles, that is spherical glass. From the spherical glass, how to prepare mirrors and how to prepare the plane mirror, glass sheet in details we can study. For example, let's consider there is a spherical glass. Spherical glass, you can choose it. This is spherical glass with the equal length you cut. With equal length you cut. Remaining you remove out. What is this? This is the plain glass. Yes, plain glass. Now, same spherical glass, you can take it. The spherical glass, you cut this shape. Yes, remaining parts you remove out. Now, what is the difference between plain glass and here? Plain glass is a uniform thickness. This is thickness is changing. Thickness is varying. Yes, thickness is gradually increasing and decreasing. Now, this we can call it as lens. Now, again, spherical glass, you can take it. The spherical glass, you cut, this is the way. Remaining parts, you remove out. And what is this again? For this to here, the thickness is increasing and decreasing. Thickness is decreasing and increasing. Now, this is also we can call it as a lens. Now, what is the difference between glass and lens? In glass, the uniform thickness, lenses, variable thickness. Now, the lenses are two kinds of thickness. One is thickness is increasing and decreasing. Thickness is decreasing and increasing. Now, once thickness increasing and decreasing, both sides bulged outwards. If both sides bulged outwards, that we can call it as convex lens. If both sides bulged inwards, that is concave lens. Clear? Now, you want to see the convex lens practically? You can see the convex lens. The center part is very thick. End points are very thin. Yes? Both sides bulged outwards. This is the thick. And end points are very thin. This is convex lens. Coming to concave lens, Edges are very thick. Center point is very thin. Yes, both sides curved inwards. This is concave lens. Clear? In concave lens, you can see there is a changes of the image. In convex lens, you can see the change of an image. Yes, side by side, you can able to compare how that image nature is changing. So this is the property of the lenses. In details, we can study further. Now, convex lens and concave lens. How to define convex lens and concave lens? If both sides bulged outwards, call it as a convex lens. If both sides bulged inwards, concave lens. Now we are studying about mirrors. How to prepare as a mirror? Now the plain glass sheet, either one of the side, you coat it. You coat with a silver nitrate or a silver oxide, whatever. We coat it. Now plain glass sheet, we prepared as a mirror. Yes, plain glass sheet, we prepared as plain mirror. Now, convex lens. Convex lens, either one of the side, we can coat it. What happened? The light is incidenting, which reflects back from this surface only. It won't enter inside of the glass. So this we can call it as convex mirror. So convex mirror we can redraw bulged outwards as a reflecting surface, bulged inwards as a coated surface, call it as a convex mirror. Bulged outwards as a reflected surface, bulged inwards as a coated surface. Now, for this convex lens, both sides bulged inwards, any one of the side we coated. Now, convex lens we prepared as a, concave lens we prepared as a concave mirror. Now, how to define a concave mirror? Bulged inwards as a reflected surface. Because light rays are incident, it will be bounced back from here. It won't enter inside because we coated. Now, bulged outwards as a coated surface, this we can call it as concave mirror. Concave mirror. Clear? Now, how to define convex mirror? Reflecting surface bulged outwards, coated surface bulged inwards, call it as a convex mirror. Concave mirror, bulged inwards as a reflected surface, bulged outwards as a coated surface, concave mirror. Now, concave mirror, convex mirror, from where we prepared? From a spherical glass. That's called it as both convex mirror and concave mirror, we can call it as a spherical mirrors because we prepared from a spherical glass. Hope this is clear. Next we can study furtherly the parts of a concave mirror. Now, how to define a concave mirror? Just now we explained bulged inwards as a reflected surface, bulged outwards as a coated surface, call it as a concave mirror. From one point to another point, that distance mn, we can note it as mn, the length of a mirror, we can call it as aperture. Aperture. The center of a mirror, mn the center, length, that is p, pole. How to define pole? The center of a mirror, we can call it as a pole. The center of an aperture, call it as a pole. Now, there is an imaginary line. There is an imaginary line. Yes, we are imagining a line through the pole. This is called it as principal axis. This is principal axis. Clear? Imaginary line through the pole, call it as a principal axis. Now, say an example, object at infinitive. Now, I want to show the concave mirror. This is the concave mirror. Bulged inwards as a reflecting surface, bulged outwards as a coated surface, call it as a concave mirror. Now, object at infinitive. Light rays are parallel from the principal axis, which is incidenting on a concave mirror, which reflects back. Now, we can show through the line. Yes, object at infinitive, light ray parallel to the principal axis. Once the light ray parallel to the principal axis, we can call it as object at infinitive. After incidenting on a mirror, This point we can call it as an incident point. From the incident point, light ray is reflecting back downwards. So this ray we can call it as a reflected ray. A reflected ray is meeting the principal axis. This point we can call it as a focus point. F is the focus point. Yes. From focus point to the pole, the distance between focus point and pole, we can call it as focal length. F is focal length. Yes. Now, double up the focus point. Double up the focus point. For example, focus point to the pole, that is 10 centimeters, make one more 10 centimeters more, which is double up the focus point, double up the focal length. This point we can call it as center of curvature. Center of curvature. Center of curvature to the pole. Center of curvature to the pole. That distance we can call it as a radius of curvature. Radius of curvature. Clear? Now the radius of curvature is equal to double up the focal length, 2f. Yes. So these are all the parts of concave mirror. Next, we will see what are all the parts in a convex mirror. What is convex mirror? Bulged outwards as a reflecting surface. Bulged outwards as a reflecting surface. Bulged inwards as a coated surface. We can call it as a convex mirror. Now, the length of a mirror, the length, inside length of a mirror, m, n. This length we can call it as aperture. Aperture. The center of aperture, pole. The center of aperture, pole. Again, imaginary line through the pole. Imaginary line through the pole. We can call it as principal axis. Principal axis. Now, object at infinitive. If object at infinitive, light ray should be parallel to the principal axis. So light ray parallel through the principal axis. This is the principal axis. Light ray is parallel, which means object at infinitive. Both are the parallel rays over here. Now it is incident at the incident point on a convex mirror. Now, can we assume that light ray will be reflected down or top? Generally curved outwards, light ray will be reflected outwards. Yes. Now you can imagine. Inside the focus point is forming. You can extend the principal axis further inside of the mirror. This is imaginary line from the reflected ray. Now this point we can call it as focus point. F is focus point. Now from pole to the focus point, that distance we can call it as focal length. F is focal length. Now from pole to focal length, say an example 10 centimeters, double up the one more 10 centimeters. This point, C, center of curvature. Center of curvature. Now from the pole to center of curvature, that distance is a radius of curvature. R is a radius of curvature. Yes, children. Now you can understand convex mirror, concave mirror, parts are same. But what is the difference we understood? In concave mirror, clearly once you can remember, in concave mirror, the focus point in front of the mirror. In convex mirror, focus point inside of the mirror. Center of curvature in front of the mirror in a concave mirror. Center of curvature inside of the mirror in a convex mirror. Clear? Remaining parts are same. Now there is a small difference in image formation. There's a reason some of the areas concave mirror using, some of the applications we are using convex mirror. Depends on our utility. Hope this parts is clear to you, all the children. Next. Again, there is a question for you. There is a pole. Mirror having a curved reflecting surface are called as option A, plane mirror. Option B, spherical mirrors. Option C, simple mirror. Option D, none of these. Repeating again, mirrors having a curved reflecting surface are called as option A, plane mirror. Option B, spherical mirrors. Option C, simple mirror. Option D, none of the above. Choose the right answer with your fast fingers. Are you ready? Understand the concept? The curved reflecting surface. Which mirror? Mirrors having a curved reflecting surface. There are the four options.
7% of the attendees have voted. Okay, we'll give them 10 more seconds.
Yes. Hope it's very clear to you, the question.
71% have voted. All right. So we'll close the poll now.
Yes. Wow, 80% given the right answer. Very good, children. No one opted plane mirror. Hope you understood there is a curved surface. Plane mirror don't have any curved surface. Excellent. Now, right answer is spherical mirrors. You are right. Next question. Spherical mirrors with reflecting surface curved inwards. Reflecting surface curved inwards is option A, convex mirror. Option B, concave mirror. Option D, curved mirrors. Option D, none of the above. Repeating again, spherical mirrors with reflecting surface curved inwards. Reflecting surface curved inwards. Convex mirror, concave mirror, curved mirror, none of these. Choose your right answer with your fast fingers.
Only 54% of the attendees have voted, so we'll wait for some time.
Yes. Curved reflecting surface curved inwards. Convex mirror, concave mirror, curved mirrors, none of the above. Choose the
All
right
right.
answer.
So we'll end the poll here.
Yes.
Yes.
We can see that how much percentage choose the right answer. 86% opted the right answer, that is concave mirror. Excellent, children. Very excellent. Next, the right answer is concave mirror. You are right. Now, pole lies on the surface of spherical mirrors, simple mirror, plane mirror, none of the above. Repeating again, pole lies on the surface of spherical mirrors, simple mirror, plane mirror, none of the above. Choose the right answer. A parts of a mirror we studied. Options again, spherical mirrors, simple mirror, plane mirror, none of the above. Choose the right answer with your fast fingers. Are you choose?
54% coming in.
Few seconds we are giving time to you. Please choose with your fast fingers.
Yes,
Almost time up. Pole lies on the surface of spherical mirror, simple mirror. Yes, 77% of the people choose spherical mirrors. Excellent. The right answer is spherical mirrors. Hope you understood clearly the topic of light reflection, refraction, properties of a plane mirror, and parts of a spherical mirrors, how the preparation of the spherical mirrors. Any questions from your side? Any questions, please? Through chat boxes, we can able to answer.
Yes. So we'll move on to the next stage of the webinar, that is the Q&A. So to all the attendees, if you have any questions, now is the time. So you can post your questions in the Q&A or in the chat box.
Yes, there is one question. Sir, does the laws of reflection is also applicable in rough surfaces? Yes. For that rough surface, we make it as a normal. Even the rough surface, on the rough surface, if plane of incident, for example, there is a rough surface, incident ray incident on a rough surface which reflects back. From where the incident ray is starting at the plane, that first point we can call it as a point of incidence, not skidding points. That question, diagram like I'm able to explain you. There is a rough surface, something like this. Yes, light ray is incidented at the tip of the curve. Sure that there is a light ray will be incident up to here. So at the first time where the light ray is incidenting, that point only we are considering as the incident point. From that point, we are making as a normal. Yes, at this point, we are making exactly the normal by the plane, two angles, each 90-90. Now, at this surface, what reflected ray is coming, that only we are considering as a reflector angle. Yes, so even the rough surfaces, laws of reflections we are taking while using normal. Normal importance is to calculation of the rough surfaces. Any other question? I hope I understood only one question. And remaining any questions, I'll reply you back through charts.
We have one question.
Yes.
Neve asks, I didn't understand focus.
Very good. Now, what is focus? There is a curved surface. Yes. Reflected inwards, curved inwards as a reflected surface. Reflected surface always polished surface, not a point. Then coated surface is a rough surface. Yes, it's a coated one. Light ray won't be reflect back. Now, curved inwards as a reflected surface, curved outwards as a coated surface. This mirror we can call it as concave mirror. Now, from this point to this point, the length we can call it as aperture. The center of aperture we can call it as pole. Imaginary line through the pole, principal axis. Yes. Now, what is focus? Ma'am, the question is for pole or the focus?
Just focus.
Focus.
He didn't understand
Now,
what.
object at infinitum. Clearly, I'll make you understand. This is the concave mirror. Yes. Object at infinitum. Object at infinitum. There is a on the wall. There is a photo over here. Hope you can able to see the photo. The same photo I can able to capture on my screen. Yes. When can I capture? I can able to adjust the distance from the surface to the mirror. So at some part we can able to capture a screen. Yes, that photo image we can able to capture over here, which means light rays are at infinitive, object at infinitive, light rays are coming from infinitive distance to the reflected surface, which bounce back because it's a mirror. Yes. Diagram wise, this is object at infinitive, light rays parallel to the principal axis. At this point, light ray is reflecting backs to down. Yes, while reflecting back to down, where this reflected ray is meeting the principal axis, where the reflected ray meeting the principal axis, that point is focus point. Clear? In convex mirror, what happens? The reflected ray is not meeting the principal axis. If object at infinitive, this is incident ray, reflected ray is not meeting the principal axis. For that, what we did? We extend that reflected ray to meet the principal axis. So where that reflected ray meeting the principal axis, that point is the focus point. Hope it's clear now. Yes, any other question? If any questions, feel free to ask. I reply through your chat boxes.
You can ask any questions
Any questions?
using the Q&A.
Most welcome if you ask any critical question.
I think they have asked the question. I don't think they have any other doubts.
Okay. Good children. I guess hope all doubts are cleared. What is light? The basic concept. And what are all the reflections of light? And parts of a mirrors, lenses. Lenses furtherly we can study. From the lenses only mirrors are prepared. Yes, we quoted at any one of the surface. Next, the parts of the mirrors we studied. Clear, children? If any doubt is there, most welcome to you. You can ask.
All right. I see most of them, I think they've cleared the concept. So
Very
thank
good.
you so much, Mr. S.V. Raman, for an informative presentation.
Yeah,
And
thank you so much.
as we have reached to the end of the session, I would like to inform you that this session has been recorded and it will be available on Urban Pro's YouTube channel in case you want to access the recording once again. To connect with our speaker, book a free demo by clicking on the link shared in the chat box or in the description box. It's actually there in the chat box, so you can use that link to book a free demo and also get regular updates on interactive live webinars and informative lesson videos. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Not just that, we will be live on every Tuesday 6 p.m. with our experts, and your feedback is valuable for us, so it will help us improve and bring webinar topics of your choice. So do not forget to fill up the form post session. Before we take a leave, I would like to thank our speaker, Mr. S.V. Raman, for investing his valuable time, and all our attendees for being wonderful audience.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining once again.
Yeah, thank you.